Hello everybody, Mr. Storm here, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online. In the last episode, we were finally able to get a wine appropriate for the feasts by running a bunch of errands to help out this, I guess, traumatized guy who used to be a member of the Garlean army. He was kind of holed up in a shack here just trying to get home. And as a result, we were able to find the long-lost Bacchus plant. We returned to cutting. The Vinters at Wineport were so grateful that they gave us some old wine. And we brought it back, and then we had our feast, which, as it turned out, was supposed to be in our honor. So, went through that. Then the Company of Heroes determined that we were, in fact, worthy to receive the knowledge of how the Company of Heroes previously defeated Titan. So we are now going to be working on obtaining that information. So we need to head out to locations in Outer Lenosha to whistle so that we can meet the guy who has the information that we need. But before that, there is our next warrior class quest we need to do first. So we are just going to head out there and start that up. It's kind of interesting, all this build up to the fight against Titan. I mean, back in the day, Titan was a fairly difficult fight for the new players. Because it's basically the hardest thing that anybody had come across at any point in the story up till now. And so a lot of people had a lot of trouble with Titan. Not so much these days. Last time I fought Titan in a roulette, we blew him away in a few minutes. So we'll see what happens when we actually get to him in this playthrough. Alright, here is Curious Gorge. Okay, let's go ahead and talk to him, see what he wants. He is struggling to decipher the ancient texts. Okay, we're going to get the Inner Beast weapon skill. Okay. Welcome back, my friend. I can see that you've not neglected your training. For my part, I fear that deciphering the ancient chronicles of my people is proving to be a much more demanding task than I imagined. Mind you, it hasn't helped that I've been somewhat preoccupied of late. A comrade of mine from my days in the Company of Heroes asked me to do a favor, and it's taken me back and forth across the realm like some bloody fairy. I don't know how that's like. I'm on a hunt for some mysterious feral beast that's been terrorizing small folk. People don't know where this monstrosity came from, but witnesses say its thirst for blood is unlike anything they've ever seen. Unfortunately, the time I have spent in pursuit of the beast is time I have not spent studying the chronicles, and I am sorry to say I have made little progress. However, while on the road, I was able to decipher one passage that may be of interest to us both. From what I can gather, the chronicles tell of an ancient set of armor forged by my ancestors in the flames of the seven hells, and inscribed with the same arcane incantations that adorn the soul of the warrior. It would seem that this mighty armor was passed down from hero to apprentice for centuries, until one man, driven by rage and vainglory, cast all 5 pieces from Abalathia's highest peak. Since that day, the armor has remained lost, and with it, the power that it harbors. As far as I can make out, the next passage of the Chronicle concerns the whereabouts of these missing artifacts, though I have only been able to make sense of the odd word thus far. Still, I must confess to some excitement. Imagine what a warrior clad in such garb could achieve. Ah, if only my brother were here, we could decipher the text together and spread the teachings of our people to the entire realm. Alas, he is not. His whereabouts are as hidden to me as those of the ancient armor. I would have liked you to meet him, if only so that you could have looked upon a true warrior. Well, perhaps you still shall. Eorzea is not as large as most people perceive. Paths cross, face intertwine, such as the will of the spinner. It may be that my brother has chosen a similar path to mine, but I have rambled long enough. You are here to take the next step in your training, and so I shall oblige. In the southern reaches of Thanalan is the Sagoli Desert, a god's forsaken wasteland of naught but sand that stretches as far as the eye can see. It is here that the Leviathan of the Dunes lurks, the sandworm of gargantuan proportions. When facing this mammoth creature, you will soon realize that the feeble hacks and slashes of your puny axe are ill-suited to the task of felling such a foe. But do not let this dissuade you. Wake the slumbering beasts within, and summon forth a strength that transcends the limits of your physical form. Mind you, first you'll have to find the beast, and that may prove a tall order in itself. The Ute tribe that inhabits the Forgotten Springs is wise to the movements of the denizens of the desert. Should you want for guidance, I'd wager they could set you in the right direction. Okay, so back to southern Thanalan in the Sagoli Desert. We've been there once before already. In fact, we already have the 8th right there. Going to use one of my last 3 tickets. Alright, so let's go talk to these Mikote. Let's see here. You Goromoli. Leviathan the Dunes. Saw the fearsome bugger not a week ago, preying on a group of merchants south of Byragot Strike. The smart ones dropped their wares, turned tail and ran. The dumb ones, well, at least they can say they died rich. Alright. Utawali. I have seen the beast. Stands 3 malms high, he does, and stirs up sandstorms with each writhe and wriggle. Showed up in my hunting field some years ago, and has been swallowing up my would-be prey in that gaping maw of his ever since. Alright, Ukubatia. Sandworms are particularly sensitive to vibrations in the earth, such as those made by running. If you're looking to summon one of the beasts, then I suggest you search for their tracks, then run about making as much of a clamor as possible. I would also suggest you seek a cure for your madness. Why, because I'm insane if I'm trying to do what I'm trying to do? Slay the giant sandworm in the Sagoli Desert. Alright, let's go ahead and summon up my chocobo. Oh, it's those sandworms. I'm not going to worry about them. I'm just going to ride right past them. And then make in the direction of our target. We know whereabouts it is. The hunting grounds of that one Mikote. And we now know how to get it to come out. Alright. Do we need to get off the bird? Well, Let's kill this sun drake because it's in the way. I'm not exactly sure how to do this. I've never played a warrior before, so I'm not familiar with these quests. Do I just run around in here? Seek out an area that shows the vestiges of a massacre and fell the immense beast. I mean, these are the... I guess the... There it is! Whoa! Let's get up my defenses here. Alright, got it. Report to Curious Gorge. Alright, so we're going to teleport back to Costa del Sol. Actually, hold on just a second. Nope. Okay, activated my free company abilities to reduce the rates of my teleports. Well, looks like we gotta respawn here. $273, that's a bit better. No, we're not going to use a ticket. Alright, let's mount up and ride. Try to avoid the aggressive monsters if possible. May not be entirely possible through here, though. Ah, got it. Alright, there's our buddy. Ah, Yame, your crystal grows ever stronger. Defying the raging sandworm, the beast within you slowly but surely rouses to wakefulness. When next you do battle, methinks you will find yourself capable of movements heretofore unfamiliar to you. When you have mastered your new talents, return to me. In the meanwhile, I shall continue my study of the ancient texts. So we get Inner Beast. Delivers an attack with a potency of 350. Ignores the damage penalty inflicted by Defiance. Can only be executed while under the effect of Defiance. Additional effect. Absorbs a portion of damage dealt as HP, so it heals us. Additional effect. Reduces damage taken by 20%. Duration. Beast gauge cost. 50. Ah, finally something that uses the beast gauge. So being in Defiance is now going to be even more important. And it was important before, it just wasn't that useful. And it's really only useful, like when we're trying to tank things. Inner Beast. Do we want it? Want it there? Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to head to Outer Lenosha. Oh no, Upper Lenosha. Which you can only really do from the other side. Alright, so we have to teleport over to Wineport. I'll check the route. Good luck, Raptor. Alright, so I don't think we've been here before. Camp Bronze Lake, no. So we want to head over there and we want to hit the Aetheryte. Zordonite, level 31. Not gonna worry about that. Another fate. It's only 4 minutes left. Alright, take care of the business. Chocobo Keep, get him out of the way so that he doesn't keep bothering me on my map. And attune to the Aetheryte. Alright, so we now need to find these places and whistle loudly. Is it upstairs? Actually, mender. Do I need to mend my gear? No, I don't. Alright, we've whistled the designated locations. And now we need to get to the spot. Where exactly are we headed? Up there. Okay, how do we get up there? Ah, maybe if we climb the stairs, that would probably do it. Alright, here is Riol. Greetings, lass. Might you be the one the captain said would come calling? I thought so. Pay attention now, because I ain't explained myself twice. Alright, he's waiting for me to give him my undivided attention. Yes. Years ago, when we was weighing up how to get to Titan, one of our scouts stumbled across this beastman Aetheryte, see? Yeah, what's that look for? Not familiar with him? He speaks of an unamplified Aetheryte which has been claimed by a beast tribe. Lest you wonder, there is no fundamental difference between such Aetherites and those which you have used on countless occasions, Ayame. Ah, well, if it ain't the Charlayan lass. Welcome back. Forgive me for interrupting. I had planned to await your report, but I succumbed to curiosity. The tunnels beneath Ogumoro form a bewildering labyrinth that no outsider has ever fully explored. How the company of heroes managed to navigate it is a mystery I have long pondered. Ah, give us a bit of credit, love. We weren't daft enough to try going in the front. The kobolds are always digging new tunnels and filling the old ones with traps. One wrong step and the next thing you know, you've got 100 tons of rock on your noggin. Suicide to even try, see? Funny thing was, the kobolds didn't seem to have no trouble finding their way around, and it was that as got us thinking. I mean, Ogumoro mines are like a bleeding city, ain't they? And getting around in a city that big would be a right pain in the arse if you didn't have an Aethernet, wouldn't it? So it stood to reason that the kobolds must have one, didn't it? Even if there were Aetherite shards in the depths of Ogumoro, you would have needed to attune yourselves to them before you could identify their signatures within the life stream. Ah, well, that's where you're wrong, love. We had this Charlayan bloke to help us, see? Delivered us right into Titan's bedchamber, he did. I don't rightly know how he did it, but I do remember him saying it weren't nothing any Charlayan scholar worth her salt couldn't manage. Did he now? Locating a beacon in the absence of a known signature might be possible if the Aetherites in question happen to be... Ah, yes. But in order to guide a traveler to said beacon safely, a second party will be required to... It is possible, in theory at least, yet I cannot be certain until I try. Plainly, all will depend upon whether or not I am worth my salt. Oh, you are, lass. Don't you worry about that. Have a bit of faith in yourself. Why don't we all go to Zelma's Run and take a closer look at the Aetherite? It ain't far. Though there's sure to be a few kobolds blocking the way. Not you can't handle, mind. Alright, examine the Beastman Aetherite. And it is just north of here. Alright. Saddle up, let's go. Kobold Pitman. See if we can avoid him. Nope. let's get to business then. Okay, so what I might end up doing here is switching to Defiance, so that I can practice my new ability. And there's the Beastman Aetheryte, surrounded by a bunch of kobolds. Alright. Yeah, nice. Let's try that again. We need to get to 50 beast gauge. There we are. Hit it. Only 8? Alright, let's just swap out of Defiance now. Don't really need it for these guys, and it just slows me down killing them. Alright, Beastman Aetheryte. So this is the Aetheryte the Company of Heroes used to gain access to Titan's Sanctuary. It is as Papalimo speculated. In its present state, this Aetheryte signal will not be strong enough for our purposes. I may, however, be able to use my own energies to amplify it. Alas, the task will monopolize my attention for the duration. It seems you will have to proceed without me, Ayame. I must needs remain here and supplement this beacon's power, lest you be denied your only path of escape. Fear not, I will summon the Maelstrom forces stationed nearby to protect us. With effort, it is possible that I may be able to stabilize the Aetheryte signal and thereby join you, albeit belatedly. Until such time as I do, you will be on your own. Now, let us see if I am worth my salt. I have located another beacon, one far below the mountain. I can only speculate as to what you will find there, so stint not in your preparation. Alright. Titan is now accessible. And we have a kobold. That needs to die. And actually, we're probably going to get out of here, because now we're getting more respawns. Alright, there we go. Okay. Let's settle up and get out of here. I'm just running past that guy. I know that I have the distance to get away from him. Mammal Jaw. What Mahmoud Jah doing over here? Alright, so let me just check something and then I'm going to see if we're going to try Titan now or not. Alright, so I think we're going to go ahead and we are going to try and defeat Titan. Right now. Let's go ahead and queue up. Duty Finder, the Naval. Having passed the seemingly endless trials imposed upon you by the company of heroes, you have been entrusted with the knowledge of a secret way into the Naval, the domain of the primal Titan. Courtesy of Eustola's magics, the Beastman Aetheryte is now primed to send you to a confrontation with the Lord of Crags. Gird your loins for a struggle of titanic proportions. Alright, let's join up and see what we've got. Just myself for the moment. Alright, so I'll go ahead, I'll pause until it pops. Or not. Let's go! Look, an overdweller. Yes, an invader from above. She uses our aetherites against us. She has defiled Titan's sacred sanctuary. Trespassed, violated, defiled. Overdwellers must leave. Overdwellers must fly. Brothers and sisters, fear her not. Her fate shall be decided by the Lord of Crags. Hear me, Overdweller. You and your treacherous brethren must be held to account for the breaking of the covenant. You shall be first to face judgment, then Limsa Liminsa and her oathbreakers, liars, betrayers, oathbreakers. O great Father, Lord of Crags, Titan, we summon you, over and over again. He has come, the Lord of Crags, Titan is come. Okay. Overdweller, art thou deaf to their weeping? Thy vile kind coveteth ever the blessing of the land, and murdereth my children by the score, all in service to greed. Such sins are beyond pardon. Ah, but I am not the first to suffer thy defiance. Thou didst bring Ifrit low. Godless overdweller, thy myriad heresies shall not go unpunished. Upon thee I shall wreak terrible vengeance. Alright. Oh, we're gonna get some stuff. Alright then. My role in this is actually quite simple. Hold him still and make sure he doesn't kill the party. Alright, so he's going to jump up there, and then when he hits, he's going to destroy chunks of the ground. And the further you are away from the center of impact, the less damage it does to you. Right now, he's hitting the ground with those blasts that will knock you off this area if you get hit by it. Well, it might knock you off. And then you'll fall down and die. I'll be in a free company called Taking a Titan Timeout. He's down to half health. Alright, let's hit him with this. Alright, he's hitting it again. Alright, now his heart's exposed. That needs to die before he does his special ability. And then he's going to be imprisoning people in stone, which he's done right there, the granite gowl. They have to be broken out, or they die. Alright. Heart is shattered. Alright, let's berserk it. Let's throw a battle. There we go. Up now there's plumes. Oh, the healer got hit. Lord of Crags, great Father Titan has fallen. Another one of these crystals. The crimes of the Overdwellers shall never be forgiven, never be forgotten. No, no, never. 'Twas your kin who broke the covenant. We have acted only in defense of our lands. Cease your aggression, or never will there be peace. To our dying breaths we shall defy you. Deny, decry, defy. That's Nero Tolskeva. Now these are the readings one would expect of an icon. I have seen enough. We proceed as planned. Are you sure that is wise, my lord? Your curiosity is untested and unproven. We do not yet know its true capabilities. Then trust in mine. Retainton? My curiosity, as you so eloquently put it, would have bested Titan in the blink of an eye. Why, if there be truth in legends, it could readily subjugate the whole of Eorzea, given but a little while longer. Is that not so? That's La Habrea. It is. No greater single power has ever been conceived, much less realized. What you say may well be true, but while such devices may win battles, I do not believe they will serve to change the course of this war. Oh, but they will. Have a little faith, my friend. I cannot endorse this course of action. Fool. And now she has a fourth. Fascinating. Carry on, Crystal Bearer. Far though you have come, your work is far from done. and not remain to mark his passing. While the Askians are nothing if not elusive, it is of little wonder that they should cast advanced teleportation magics at will. But that they would choose to consort with the Empire. What common goal could they possibly share? I feared I might arrive too late, but I see you had the matter well in hand. I've taken measures to ensure that we are not pursued, yet I cannot say how long they will hold. Take your leave while the kobolds are still in disarray. I will follow anon. There is something I must investigate before I depart. I will teleport you to the Aetheryte in Zelma's Run, and we will rendezvous at Camp Bronze Lake. Agreed? Alright. Alright, let's head on out. Now, one thing that they did end up starting doing later on is making sure that you don't actually go through the cutscenes until you try to exit the area, because it kind of gets a little awkward when it happens first. Alright, leave the duty. Oh, and there's a kobold right there. All three of them, eh? Oh, I'm still in Defiance, okay. That's actually fine. There we go. Alright, let's head back to Camp Bronze Lake and have a chat with Y'shtola. There's those Mammal Jaw again. Alright. I am relieved to see you well, but come, let us discuss our next step. Mount speed in Alanosia is increased. Interesting. Alright. Well, I think what we're going to go ahead and do is end the episode here. And then we will see what the aftermath of the battle with Titan is. With Y'shtola and probably the rest of the Scions when we get back. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.